Hi, this is Christine with Zeidman Development. Today I'd like to walk you through adding a gift attribute to a gift mapping in Importacular so that you can add gift attributes to Raiser's Edge. So a couple of things to note. Number one, you always have to map your constituent first. And number two, if you're adding gift attributes, you do have to map at least one gift first. So in this example, I'm working with one gift and one attribute. You can have more than one gift in an import, and you can have more than one attribute. So if you have more than one gift, you do need to make sure you link your attributes to the correct gift. And if you have more than one attribute, just make sure that you have thoughtfully and carefully mapped all of them as need be. So all of that said, let's go ahead and take a quick look at adding that gift attribute mapping. So when we click on the Add New Mapping, we do get the pop-up here for creating our mapping. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a name just because we always need to start with a name. And as you can see, the drop-down here only has one gift, so I'm going to leave that as it is. The next piece is just as a reminder to consider which attribute categories you're working with. So if you're newer to Raiser's Edge, the category might be a bit confusing, but the category is the name of your attributes. So if I click on my default values here, you can see the names of my gift attributes in my sample database. Your dropdown is going to look different because every organization and every version of Raiser's Edge has its own unique attributes that have been created. So you either need to have those exact attribute names in a drop-down in your source field so that you could select maybe from some different categories, some different attributes, or you would select a default value and assign all of your fields to that attribute. Just as a note, all of your attributes have the ability to be set up in different types of data. So you can have a yes, no, also known as a true, false. You can have a blank text field, you can have a table, you can have a number or a currency, or you can have different things along those lines. And so how you have set up those attributes does depend on what information you can import and how that works here. So for example, if I click on my named giving opportunity as a default value, and then I come down to my description, you can see that I have table entries here. So if I'm working with this and my description is in the source field, I need my table entries to be in that source field. Similarly, if I select my form name, my field now becomes free text because that attribute was set up as a description with a free text field. So if I wanted to work with my form name, I would either need to select something in my source field that determines which form name I used, or I would need to type something in my default value that determined that form name. You can also work with those comments, you can work with the date, but the two fields that you always have to have filled in order for an attribute to import are the category and the description. So I'm going to go ahead and just to kind of show you how this works, I'm going to select my named giving opportunity. And then because I don't have anything in my description that matches exactly, I'm just going to assume that all of my gifts are going to be dedicating different classrooms. So these are my named giving opportunities. All of these gifts are naming classrooms. So at this point, I can save this and I have mapped my attribute. I have my category for named giving opportunity. I have my date that's from my file, and then I have my description set for classroom. I hope that that's helpful and that gives you an idea of how to think through working with the gift attribute field. A lot of this is transferable to any other attribute you're working with in Raiser's Edge. I just chose today to focus specifically on the gift attribute. So thanks for joining me and have a great day.